want you to take a moment and think about your favorite part of your job. If you answered the gossip that goes on behind closed doors, then Chief Emoji Officer may be right up your alley. Following the story of a tech company that is on the verge of becoming defunct as the result of converting their capital to crypto, they try to find some way to stabilize the sinking ship. This game puts you in the shoes of a new hire who is looking to become the next CEO. The only problem is that your keyboard is broken, so you can only communicate in emojis. This game is a unique experience in that the gameplay, or what is traditionally considered to be gameplay, is fairly limited. There is no jumping, fighting, or shooting. Rather, this is more of a visual novel. Moreover, the conversations that are had between you and the other characters are held on a Discord-like channels where only you and the other people on the channel are able to see what is being said. Like I mentioned earlier, you can only communicate with the set of emojis that the game gives you, and it is your job to convey the emotions appropriately. Sometimes the game is overt by telling you to respond with one or another emoji, and other times it gives you a little bit more freedom. Every so often you undergo a job evaluation which will determine if you're promoted based on what your peers think of you. But what good is a visual novel without a good story? I'm happy to say that Chief Emoji Officer does well in this department. It doesn't take itself too seriously from the beginning, and things only get wacky from there. Its cast has clear personality traits that make you either love them or hate them, as they often resemble what you would find in a real job environment. What's interesting about this is the interacting with certain characters award you with emojis that can be used in future conversations and may change the way that characters interact with you. Let's begin with some of the problems that I ran into while playing the game. The first and the biggest is that the game is incredibly short. This is a shame, as it's actually a pretty interesting story and I would have loved to have seen it play out for at least a couple more minutes. The game can be finished in roughly an hour, and while the game does offer multiple scenes to unlock based on your responses, navigating them can be a bit cumbersome. This is because you can't go back to a specific conversation that you would have created a different scenario. Rather, you have to go through the entire speaking process without knowing which questions are actually going to influence the stories differently. This led me to have several attempts where I came out with the same outcome even though I thought I had chosen different answers. I wish that there was some way that would have prompted me to tell me which answers would have prompted different outcomes. The last thing to mention as far as this goes is that being limited to emojis is interesting so long as they actually induce different responses. Sometimes I felt like the responses didn't really matter, and unfortunately that leads to some aspects of the game not being as well refined as they could be. Chief Emoji Officer is a unique kind of game. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and that serves it well. There's no meat to the game as it's relatively short shelf life, and more than anything else, I found myself wishing that there was a lot more. It's only $2.99, and odds are that you'll remember it even after playing. Therefore, I would be willing to recommend you check it out. It's available on both the iOS and Google Play Store. If you have any recommendations for me to review, leave them in the comments section below. Otherwise, stay tuned in to Gaming in the Moment.